back on this shit again. Well, we won yesterday. We did it in Airbnb, but man, there was a massive reversal. That's why it's good to have a target and then get the fuck out. The target wasn't actually here, it was over here. My script, the way that it works is it does it from the high and the low, so if the high was the most recent, then price distance would be from here to here. So I take a look at my targets based off of the open first bar of the day to set the targets there. But goddamn, look at that reversal. And it went all the way up to declining 200 period moving average. Today might be a little bit difficult, and it's also Thursday, and Thursdays usually fuck me. At least historically. So we're gonna have to see. I don't know if I have anything off the top of my head here. Everything's like in the middle. Man, you get some fucking crazy reversals. Let me see where the overall market is. Man, making another move to the highs again. Son of a bitch, you keep thing will fucking die. Let's see, we had news, we had unemployment claims. But there's nothing that's upcoming. So I guess we sit and wait. We got 4 minutes left. Still trying to get my head together. Let's see what else I got here. Probably just doing stocks today, and then tomorrow I'll have a game. So we're still trying to record data from this strategy for this month, but if this doesn't work out, then I guess I'm screwed, because we've basically done everything in the book in regards to trading, all the different strategies. We did, one I spent the most time on was like Oliver Velez's moving average strategy, and then we did mule skinners for a while, but the other techniques, so scalping techniques, they're not, they're good for maybe $300 to $400, but then anything above that, it's a little bit difficult because I get invalidated more quickly. So you're not getting the full range of what the expectations are. And I just, when I read it, I just get invalidated out too quickly on really minute crap that doesn't really matter. Like if I do pricing levels on the 1 minute, I mean, that's just, you know, the 1 minute, this pricing data is as important as the higher term range. So like that technique of where you're trying to do the, you know, looking for levels gained and lost. This time frame is just too minute for that to work out. It's much better for swinging or maybe an hourly, but this trying to do like the 15-minute thing doesn't work out. So we're trying it this way. This is just using observations that I've had over the last few years. Just thinking to myself. Alright, we got 1 minute left. Let's see how this thing opens. And then we have to do a little bit of scanning to see if we can find anything that's meeting 3 out of the 4 criteria. Oh, I'm waiting for this energy drink to kick in. Oh yeah, Marvel was a crazy one yesterday. Look at that. You can see the It was in the inside most of the day, and then the 200 period moving average meeting up with a price action and igniting it again. Definitely watching that one because the reversal is important to see. Holy crap, that's a huge gap up. God damn, $2? Everything had a gap up. It's kind of, this one's gonna be a little bit of a difficult day. At least for the strategy. We might be able to do some type of scalp. But everything's gapped up into either a neutral zone area or just way outside of range. What does this look like? Holy shit, is that a new... Damn, the thing gapped into a new high? Oh no, it's right at the previous resistance point, but it's still going up. This might be interesting to look at for a short. But it is gapping up into new territory, so it does have a possibility of just continuing. Alright, is there anything we can look at today, or are we just fucked because of the way that things are positioned? Okay. Apple has all the right stuff, but it's gapped. Make sure you gotta mark that down on the notes for this gap up day. This gapped up into the 200 period moving average. Let's aim at. I didn't actually get to read what those claims were. But we can still do this, man. Yeah, the problem is that things are not in the right location. We're gonna have to go against the grain, and that's not the optimal situation. Google's a little bit better off, it's a little bit closer, but yeah, everything had a massive bounce. Holy shit. Looks like things are getting sold. Qcom. What's Tesla doing? Tesla's a little bit better off too. Let's see here. No, it's not. It's not. It's in a chop zone here. Looks like everything's getting a sell-off, but we're still really early. I might have to drop this to a 5-minute. Yeah, there's nothing here today that matches anything we want to be doing. This will be an interesting one to mark for notes later. Yeah, I'll have to drop down to the 5-minute and just figure out what the hell we want to do with our lives here. This is gonna be a completely unorthodox strategy today. There is nothing that meets our criteria. How many times does that happen this month? Let me take a look at my notes. I don't have the, I mean, I have the labels, I just not looking at them. Haven't aggregated them on a pivot table yet. Alright, let me try this again. Do-do-do. Okay, no entry. So it's happened 3 times this month. That's a little concerning. Alright, so Amazon falling in. Yeah, today is just gonna be a real weird one. Jeez, Roku's really sold off. Alright, I guess we're going to the leveling system. Suppose we could do it on the 5 minutes. We have a low here. Marvel still keeps going up. That is insane. And now you've made new highs, so this is all clear territory. Oh wait, well, recent memory anyway. From back in November. Let's see, there might be some resistance here. Looks like there's a top around 76, but I don't know if it'll hit that today. Alright, let's mark this out just in case. Set an alert here. Alright. This has a nice sound effect. Airbnb. Maybe we could short Airbnb. We'll have to see how this thing... if it takes out the high or the low. I mean, I suppose we could set it the same way, but completely ignore the... I don't know. I don't have a really good gap strategy outside of using the old leveling system. Sorry, 68.56. Let me go back here. Yeah, 76.66. Area from back in November. Yeah, so I guess we'll wait the first 15 minutes and then see what happens. Maybe we don't need to wait that long on this case. We don't want to do this one, hasn't taken it out yet. I'm just pontificating myself what I would be doing. If I was doing it the other way, I'd be doing this. Applied materials, we got a high here, 5-minute high. Alright, let's try to short this thing and see what happens. Top here. Yeah, I'm gonna be more aggressive taking my profits. Yeah. Oh, this thing's more expensive than I thought. Alright. Okay, let's see what happens here. So it is making the low lower than that low. So I went in, I retested. We're gonna have to see what happens here. If it gets to 500, I'm gonna flatten out, and that'll be the stop loss, and that'll be the end of the stream. So definitely not ideal situations today. Everything's gapped up a little bit too high, so I want to try for a short, but I don't want to tolerate things not going my way for too long. Okay, this thing needs to head back down. I'm gonna flatten. I might try one more time. No, maybe not. Let's see if this gets taken out. Go down to the 1 minute, see what's going on. So this looks like a pretty good resistance point. You have the high, retried, fell off, retrying lower. Now we're gonna get taken out. Son of a bitch. Holy crap. They respected that high again. Could be temporary. Now it looks like we're gonna get taken out. Well, that was fun, wasn't it?
What's got you saying goddamn there? Something bothering you?
Okay, we need to see a break. We got a new candle coming up here. Alright, so we gotta be really aggressive now. This not an ideal day whatsoever. We want to see a low lower than this low. Let me go back up to the 5 minute level. If it makes a lower low than that, then we're in good shape. Don't want this. And I don't want that. Nope, shit. Come on, man. Things were looking good for a second, but we are against the grain here. I'm expecting to bounce somewhere around here, but let's see what happens. This is kind of stressful shit. Not following through like I'd like, which means... we're in for a bit of pain. So that's another bottoming tail.
Well, I don't have a crystal ball, but if you're confident about that bet, go for it. Just remember, the market can be unpredictable.
Maybe I should have kept to my strategy with the 15 minute, see if it gets the high or low, but this is really an awkward situation, so I'm trying to see what, trying to feel this one out. Alright, I want to get more aggressive here. Alright, got one off. That's a little bit of luck on my part, because this thing almost broke. We took a... I wasn't feeling very good about this, and I still don't. It could still reverse, because it is in a positive area. Might just need to observe this one today, even after I get taken out one way or another. I want to see it settle on the moving average here. That'd be a good bounce point. That's a 1 minute. Alright. We got 40 seconds left before the 15 minute candle gets created. How's that looking? We want to see a low lower than that low. We're in the negative again. Only got one lot off. Okay, so we made a
If all
lower
the
low,
time
didn't
frames
close
are
below.
bearish, it might be a good idea to consider a more cautious approach in your trading decisions. Keep a close eye on the market and adapt accordingly.
Alright, first 15-minute candle done. Still hasn't hit our target. The thing is that it gapped up here, so there is some propulsion to the upside, but it will usually chop up here for a while until it settles, and then it'll run up higher. I always... my history with trying to short gaps is not great. Sometimes it's sweet, but alright, we did not close below this. Well, we have multiple highs here, but this might be it for us. Son of a bitch, we tried. Oh. I should probably just flatten it here. We got all this resistance up here, but it's already bouncing. God damn it. So today is going to be a pretty quick stream. Did not close below, that sucks. Because you remember how I wait for the close below as my entry. In normal cases at this point. We're up. Yeah, now we've run out of... we've lost our initiative here. Because this thing held and didn't roll over fast enough. Alright, get ready to flatten here. Although it's even better for us if it breaks through the trend line. Oh, this is an anchored VWAP. I was trying that out yesterday. Get rid of it. Alright, we're fucked. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, see, now it's with the moving average. I wanted it to fall into it, and that would have been our exit. But it held, didn't drop fast enough. And now we're being aided by that trend line. Roku is a good demonstration of what should have happened. Been some rollover here. At least in other names. Man, thing just kept going, didn't it? Look at Airbnb. This is what I wanted to happen, but this thing made a couple of new highs before rolling over. Maybe EMOT will do the same thing. But like I said, today is not an ideal day at all. So here's the open. I might just save myself a couple of bucks. Close out of this. It's kind of tempting to hold just to see if this thing gets above or not, but once it gets above, it's just gonna break hard. Let's see if Airbnb breaks this low here. Might be able to flip to that. This thing could always make a new high before rolling over too. Man, market's tricky. You think it was gonna start a lower move and it has a gap up. Still not above resistance point, we're right at it again. Man, we've hit this area multiple times. I'm looking at the NQ on the left side there. Okay, well, if you're breaking that, let's see here. Target is here if you want to use the entire range of the stock, but it's in a gap up, so let's see if we can play this the same way and ignore the moving averages at this point. Or at least if I should take that approach. Alright, so let me take another lot off. Let's see if I can. Although this time it's in our favor, but I just don't want to be playing this today. Fuck, come on, dude. Didn't even get another share a lot off. Alright, took another one off. I have aim on now in the 15-minute period. See if I can get one more. I want to see a good clearing of it. Get a good clearing of the 15-minute here. Yeah, see, this is looking a lot like how my scalps do usually. I just, you know, you're seeing that it's not as much as yesterday or the last time that I streamed. There's just too much, this one's less clear, I'll say, though. It never gained anything, but still, it's when you look at it at a really low time frame, it just gives you the doesn't make you feel confident to sit through it all the way. All right, we're still not broken below this yet. Alright, hasn't broken through the 15-minute yet. Come on, dude. Really not an ideal day, I keep saying that. But I'm gonna write in the notes that this was no entry day. This was a scalp. Okay, so we've broken the first 15-minute candle. That's very good. Continuation's important. We're in profit now. We can relax a little bit. But the problem is that we need this trade to work out all the way, but I don't really... I mean, if we're doing it from the high of today, then the target could be here in terms of, like, overall stock price range. But it's also in positive territory, so it could just be sitting around here, not going much further. So I'm gonna flatten if it gets to 100. Yeah, this is one of those days where you take a look at your normal job and you're like, you know what, this is nice. Because I don't want to keep playing these scalps, because eventually you're gonna choose wrong, and you're gonna give up the meager earnings that you got. Come on, bud. Let's fall into this. Alright. Oops, why'd I do that? Jesus Christ. Okay. Haha, fuck me. Possible re-entry up here, but... yeah, I flattened myself out too early. Fucking had like a spasm. Okay, Airbnb did not break. Marvel did not break. Emot's holding. Could try another short again if it gets below. Real quick one. Yeah, we need to see this thing close below. It made a new low, but it stopped abruptly, unfortunately. That thing really died off, didn't it? 2 minutes left. Okay, well, son of a bitch. Look at that. Look how fast that happened.
Oh, the EMAT chart caught your attention, huh? Well, take a closer look at it and see if you spot any promising opportunities. Just remember to do your thorough analysis before making any trading decisions.
Alright, looking for a break below here. Should have continued when that happened before. If it doesn't do this here, then... it's tried multiple times to break lower on the 1 minute.
Ah, I see you're noticing the candlestick patterns on the chart. Bigger candles typically indicate stronger price movements, but it's essential to consider other factors as well, such as volume and trend direction. Keep analyzing and trust your instincts. Well, the transition from larger bearish candles to smaller dojis could suggest a shift in sentiment towards bullishness. However, it's important to consider the overall context and other technical indicators to confirm the trend. Stay alert and keep analyzing.
Alright, well, we lost our meager earnings. That's practically my life with the trying to scalp shit. That's why I'm done doing that. I mean, it still might work out for us, but damn it, fucking gap ups, man. Fucking gaps. And we're just gonna be taking stuff in poor locations. So like here, I don't know if it's gonna be... we could try it again, let's see. We can get a clearing bar, though. Oh, didn't clear. Fully expect to take a loss today. Market's still grinding up to that resistance point. Come on, follow through here. Gotta see some follow through on this one. What the fuck? Come on, bitch. Jesus Christ. Touch my limit order. That's horseshit. Oh, I thought we had it made, man. This is how you can be looking in the right direction and still be wrong. Or at least I was betting to the downside the entire time, but because of the way that, you know, I was getting invalidated, I had to take it out rather than hold the entire time, especially if scalping against a trend. That's pretty much my life as a scalper. I don't want to do that shit anymore. Okay, broke the 15-minute. Let's see how much fallout through we get, because now it's going to get dangerous every time we get lower. It could always be the bounce point. Man, it keeps, son of a bitch, it keeps finding something new here. It keeps buying it back up every time, even though the trend line's lower, so you get... you know, like here, you got taken out because it held, and then it got above it. But it didn't close 2 candles above it, but you're still down so much. I think my entry sucked there, too. Alright, can we please get some fucking follow-through here? Okay, reducing my stop to this. Okay, we're right back at 300 shares where we were before. Let's see if we can at least get 300. And then the red line would be the overall price range, but we're doing it against the trend. Stop if this candle gets taken out. If we can get 300, that'd be great. I'm not gonna push for any more today. Not with this bullshit. Okay, 300 and done. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. One more breakdown. Yeah, I'm sick of stressing about tiny candles on small time frames. I don't want to do that shit anymore. Okay, you're not following through. You haven't gained anything yet either, so... We got one lot left. Either this bar gets taken out or this thing rolls over, so we're just gonna sit here and wait. Looking for this to fail. And make one last low, and then we're done for the day. Or if we get stopped out here. But it's trending on the bottom of this candle here, so I'm expecting a little more drop off. And there's no important psych... Oh, I guess we are at the psych number. We're at 157. So it is holding that. No, it's not like a 150, but it's still a whole number to fall into. Fall into the hole! Okay, still waiting to get invalidated. I want to roll over. It's experienced nothing but selling for the last 45 minutes, even though it was like a rough journey. That was really hard to play. Damn near lost everything here.
Health benefits of day
making
trading? Well,
have a good entry.
there aren't any specific health benefits tied to day trading itself, but if you enjoy it and it helps
Alright, we're
keep
about to
your
get
mind
flattened
sharp
out.
and focused, that can be a positive aspect. Just don't forget to take breaks, exercise, and maintain a balanced lifestyle.
3 seconds left. Did you hold it? Well, the only thing that's positive is that you're not doing hard labor, but at least you're getting exercise if you did hard labor. Here you're just getting a heart attack, sitting there all the time. Alright, we're fucked. It already got above this candle. So we didn't get our 300 bucks. Man, today is just rough. Holy shit, Marvel had a nice pullback, at least on the 1 minute. So she made a new high here. And after that run from yesterday, I want to see some type of,
As much as I appreciate the offer, I'm not exactly in need of an Egg McMuffin and a Coke, but
I
thanks
could use an
anyway.
Egg McMuffin,
Ah,
but I got some
have to
burritos
recover.
here, I'll cook
Huh?
one up.
That's good news for those who have a stake in it. Keep an eye on the price action and market conditions to make the most of the recovery.
Oh. Today is a difficult one. Capco recovering a bit. Let's see what Capco looks like. While we're not doing anything. Yeah, it looks ugly. So, looks like my lines have held. So we had this resistance area here, we had support here, broke down. Do one more retest, still looks like it's gonna continue lower. Alright, do we want to try this again? See how this candle closes.
A date? Without
I'd
King
like to be
Phillips?
able to hit at least
Sorry,
300.
but I'll have to pass on that offer. I have other commitments and, well, I prefer to keep my social circle
I don't think they'd
human
work
free.
out. They'd just be arguing all the time. $56, $57, $58, $59. Okay. See if we get some follow through here. One more attempt to break lower here. I'm gonna have my stop above the candle for being in, the reason for being in here,
Oh,
and see what
really?
happens.
Well, tell King Phillips thanks for his concern, but my buddy's just fine. No need for a doctor.
Okay, let's look for some continuation here. We had a takeout bar, remove the last two 1 minute bars, going up against the possible support point. So either our bar gets us eliminated, or we get follow through. Not getting follow through. Short-term trends in our favor. Lost some distance with the 200. Still watchful of any abrupt reversal, which could still happen. There was support here. The market's still trending up, kind of grinding higher. Okay, we just started a new candle. Let's see where this thing goes. We didn't break through this, so it looks like we're gonna get stopped out. Almost. So we got trend line meets possible support line. Oh, we're dead. Kind of back to square one again. Fuck. So this is your life scalping, isn't it great? Not the kind of shit I want to be doing. We got a YouTube video. Let me mute my soundtrack.
In 1913, William Matthews Flinders Petrie was frustrated. While leading excavations at the cemetery of Tarkin in Egypt, his curiosity had been piqued by a nearby tomb. After finally getting the tomb open, Petrie was disappointed to find that it had been completely emptied, except for 5 calcite jars, 2 wooden tool handles, a small pot lid, and a pile of dirty linen. But within this pile was an extraordinary find, one that would not be recognized for over 60 years. In 1977, museum conservators looking through Petrie's dirty laundry would find an incredibly well-preserved, mostly complete linen dress. Named the Tarkin dress in 2015, it was dated to nearly 5,500 years old, making it the oldest clothing ever recovered. Of course, the ancient Egyptians were probably not the first people to ever wear clothing. But we haven't found any older than the Tarkin dress. So how can we figure out when we first started wearing clothes? Well, it turns out that some of our best evidence for clothing in the past comes from a pretty unlikely and kind of gross place. Now, we know that people in the past wore clothing, probably for the same reasons why you're wearing clothing right now. I hope, or not, you do you. Clothing protects us from the elements, allows us to fit into societal and cultural norms, lets us cover up parts of us that we'd rather keep private, and allows us to express ourselves and our identities. So we know it probably existed in the past too, but where is it? The problem is that ancient clothing is just too fragile to survive in the archaeological record, and even textiles, pieces of fabric or cloth, can be quite rare to find. The bits and pieces that do survive are often preserved because they end up in extreme environmental conditions, like the dry conditions of the tomb where the Tarkin dress was found. So it takes very specific circumstances for textiles to survive long enough to be discovered by archaeologists. But we do have some surviving pieces of cloth that are even older than the Tarkin dress. For example, excavations of burials at the 9,000-year-old site of Çatalhöyük in Turkey in 1964 and 2008 recovered fragmented pieces of woven textiles. While they were originally identified as wool in 1964, later analysis in the 1980s and 2000s determined that they were more likely made from plant fibers, specifically flax. And reanalysis of the fibers in 2017 concluded that they were actually made from bast fibers, which are harvested from tree bark. This gives us an even earlier date for the use of clothing, approximately 8,500 years ago, about 3,000 years before the Tarkan dress. But that's as far as we can take the evidence for clothing, right? To small fragments of woven textiles? Well, not necessarily. We often think of a piece of clothing as a singular thing that exists, like a shirt on a hanger in a store that we can go and try on and buy. But we can also think of that shirt as the end product of a series of processes, including steps like turning fibers into fabric and cutting and sewing that fabric together. And while some of these steps might seem invisible in the archaeological record, they aren't always. Within Zuzu Ana cave in the country of Georgia, archaeologists discovered hundreds of flax fiber fragments. Some were spun and at least one had several knots, suggesting those fibers were being prepared for use. Several also seemed to be dyed, black, gray, turquoise, and even one pink fiber was found. It's been proposed that these fibers were part of a local industry that produced colorful textiles and clothing. And here's the kicker. These fibers dated to approximately 30,000 years ago, more than triple the age of the earliest evidence for clothing. But that isn't even our oldest evidence. As we move backwards through time, the probability of surviving fibers and other fragile organic materials gets more unlikely. So scientists have had to get creative about what they are looking for. If you've ever made a piece of clothing, you know that along with fabric, it takes specialized tools. That means finding these kinds of objects can be considered indirect evidence for clothing. After all, what's the point of a needle without it? And deep in the Sabudu cave in South Africa, archaeologists have uncovered an assemblage of various types of bone tools. Among them was a fragmented needle with a point so thin that archaeologists interpret it as being used to delicately pierce through animal hide. If this is correct, then the Sabudu cave needle is perhaps one of the oldest pieces of evidence for clothing use, at approximately 61,000 years old. And that's about as far back as the idea of clothing as the end point of a process can take us, from completed garment to textiles to fibers to tools. But it's not our earliest evidence, because the point of making clothing is wearing it. And once we put a garment on, we've created a new ecosystem for things that live on our bodies. And it's an unwelcome resident of that ecosystem that tells us that Homo sapiens were wearing clothing of some kind before 61,000 years ago. Because our earliest evidence of clothing for Homo sapiens may in fact be from lice. See, there's two subspecies of human lice, the human head louse and the human body louse. And as you might be able to tell, each subspecies exists in and feeds on different parts of the body. The head louse, of course, survives and feeds on the human scalp, while the body louse feeds on the body. But the body louse doesn't actually live on the body. It lives on human clothing. And scientists can trace back when these two subspecies diverged from one another. They determined that this split would likely have happened when clothing was being used more frequently by ancient humans, because it created an ecological niche for the body louse. So by sequencing segments of DNA from both head and body lice, we may have gotten an answer to when that started to happen. It seems like body lice originated at least by 83,000 years ago, and maybe as much as 170,000 years ago. So is that it? Is that the earliest date for clothing? Well, probably not. Remember, the body lice research only really gives us an answer for the origin of body lice themselves. It's possible that it took time after the adoption of clothing before lice moved into that niche. Also, this evidence only gives us an idea about when Homo sapiens began wearing clothing. What about our closest relatives, the Neanderthals? We know they lived in Europe during the most recent Ice Age, which means that they had to deal with winter temperatures somehow. And whether or not Neanderthals wore clothes has been debated, with one of the hypotheses for their eventual demise being that they ultimately didn't adapt to clothing like Homo sapiens. But there is some evidence that suggests this isn't entirely the case, or at the very least, that Neanderthals did wear some clothing. For example, stone scrapers have often been proposed as evidence for early Neanderthal clothing. These stone scrapers were likely used to scrape soft tissues off animal hide, which was then used as some sort of clothing, likely something draped, similar to a cape. And a recent survey of animal bones found at Neanderthal sites has even suggested which species would have been used to make clothing. Wolves, foxes, and hares. All animals that would have been useful in making warm clothing.
What do we got, like
Similar
50 bucks
species were
today?
found at early human sites as well, suggesting that both Homo sapiens and Neanderthals used these mammals to create clothing for colder weather. But these animals were found more frequently at Homo sapiens sites, which may point to a difference in how often clothing was created and used between both groups. It may be that these mammals were used more often by early humans than by Neanderthals to add fur lining to clothing, giving them an extra advantage in cold weather. There's obviously still a lot we don't know about Neanderthal clothing and just how old clothing actually is, but it's possible that the evidence exists and is just waiting to be rediscovered in a museum collection. And researchers are always coming up with new ways to extract data from old finds and old sites. And hey, if we're able to learn about ancient clothing from body lice, who knows where our next line of evidence will come from? Maybe the naked truth is out there somewhere and is desperately looking for some clothes.
Before you go, we wanted to let you know that Eon's calendars are back. For 2024, we've chosen
Yeah, we're doing a whole lot of fucking nothing today. The best gain was a swing overnight. See what we got here. So it didn't completely clear this bar. Can't short that. See a break yet? Now it broke. Damn. That's strength.
If someone wants exposure to the clothing market, they could research stocks like Nike, NKE, Lululemon, LULU, and VF Corporation, VFC. However, always do thorough research and analysis before making any investment decisions.
I think Nordstrom is a high-end one. Actually, I wonder how clothing stocks look. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's see what happens to me here. So we got a really strong takeout bar. I just cut half of my shares. If you look at this on the 5-minute, we got a really clear top. Okay, that was profit. Just want to make sure. I want to make sure the market order to give me something shitty. Yeah, we're still losing here. This was a good tell that it made a new high. I'm waiting for a rollover. We'll see if I'm right or wrong. I am negative for the day now. Let's see if it can make a new high. But that was something I want to see if it's gonna get rejected. But it can always keep going up, too. Okay. It does have a moving average for it, on the 1 minute anyway. But this is what I want to see. I want to see, like, this fierce rejection off a high after making a new high. I usually like to run it up one more time before rolling the fucker over. I was gonna look at a clothing retailer, but I'm in this right now. Can't imagine those stocks being very interesting. Alrighty. There's this. Take me into profit. Okay, still got 300 shares. Do your thing, motherfucker. See how far down you go. This might take a while for it to play out. Also bounce on the 20-period moving average. So we just had a couple of green bars get taken out here. Let's see if we have to be able to close here, and then we might get another spike up and it's gonna dribble down. That's my head cannon. Alright, so while we're fucking about here... JWN. Nordstrom, 17 bucks. How does it look like over time? Gotta be boring as shit. Wow, it was at 45 bucks back in 2012, and then it's just been downhill ever since. Or is that, what is that? Dumbass. How far is this? 2021, dumbass. You got your numbers mixed up, you dyslexic fuck. Okay, looking for some continuation here. Very know-nothing day. Doing stupid scalps again. Fucking hate it. Stop is this top of this green bar here. 57? Okay. Got some room, I just don't want to give up too much. I want to see a break of this here. Okay. Come here and grab this. Okay. 100 shares left. Possibly gonna bounce one more time. I don't think it could take out that bar in one swoop. So what's a 5-minute look like? Alright, we're all done with this one. Let's see here, you got the low to hold. You have the high. Double tap of the high. So yeah, it's a good short now.
I don't know shit about that. But if Elon Musk is making demands like that, he must have some serious confidence in his leverage. Let's see how it plays out.
Isn't he already majority owner? How much is he, I thought the AI stuff was on the Twitter side, because he has Grok. And I don't know, I thought he was a complete majority owner of Tesla, so I don't know why he needs more. Ownership percentage of Tesla. He only owns 13%, huh? And he wants 25. I gotcha. So you are seeing that. Yeah, you said exactly what the article says. I didn't realize his percentage of ownership was that low. So, man, it'd be interesting to hear those board meetings. Because he doesn't even have, I mean, he's a larger single shareholder, but people can still outvote him because there's still a lot of ownership split up. I didn't realize that. Thought the guy just had everything himself. Tesla, X, SpaceX. And I thought he was pursuing AI on the Twitter side, but maybe that's just the large language model. But for the other stuff would be Tesla. He's such a visionary. Of course, I could be a visionary too if I had a lot of money. But I have to, I mean, he at least did the PayPal thing, so that was big. So I at least have to, he was creative in the first place, and then he was able to capitalize it on it further. I haven't been big on anything. Just a mediocre failure.
Well, everyone is entitled to their own opinions, and Elon Musk does have his fair share of critics. It's certainly a bold move to demand more ownership, but let's see how the situation unfolds before passing any final judgments.
That's interesting. What kind of scams does he pull? Because he's always been very clear about what his intentions are. And he was smart enough and visionary enough to do PayPal, start up Tesla. Start up SpaceX. And I think buying Twitter was good. It was way too controlled. It controlled the narrative for leftists.
Oh, that's a tough one. Both Charlie Sheen and Elon Musk have their unique charms and eccentricities.
Elon Musk,
hanging
I can
out
at least
with
pick his
Charlie
brain.
Sheen might be wild and unpredictable, while hanging out with Elon Musk could be intellectually stimulating. It all depends on your idea of fun.
I think Elon Musk is pretty wild as it is, so he's smart and he'd be fun to hang out with, so he definitely takes the win there. I mean, the guy's got a bunch of kids. He knows.
Well, it's important to
goes around
fact-check
fucking
and gather accurate information
rich,
before
so
making
that
such
sounds like fun.
statements. Misinterpretations and rumors can often circulate, so it's best to rely on verified sources to get
I'm
a
sure
clear
Elon
picture
Musk
of
probably
the
does hookers
situation.
and blow too. He's
The infamous rumors of hookers and blow. Well, I can't confirm or deny anything about that. Let's focus on more substantial matters rather than speculating on such rumors.
I'll have to look into the Twitter acquisition more. I thought he did it himself. He sold his Tesla shares to finance it with other parties.
Well,
have to
that's
look into that a little
entirely
bit
your
more.
personal preference. Each individual has their own desires and preferences when it comes to relationships.
So yeah,
Just
shareholders
make sure
shouldn't
to
have to pay for
communicate
that if
openly and
that's the
honestly with
case.
your partner about your needs and wants. Well, everyone's entitled to their own priorities and interests, I suppose. But personally, I'd say that there are plenty of other important things in life to focus on as well. Each to their own, I guess.
Nah, hookers and blow are what I'd be doing with my money if I had money. Well, I hate this scalping shit. We're basically got nothing, but these are... This is what happens when you play the scalp game. Now the reversal is much more clear.
I can understand why this situation might raise some
Could be a
eyebrows.
long here.
It's certainly a complex and
Or it could be a
controversial
failure.
move. It'll be interesting to see how it unfolds and what actions Tesla shareholders ultimately take.
I see. So he used his own shares to buy it, but then in order for him to remain on the company as that kind of guiding light, he wants Tesla owners to give him more ownership. So it's really a matter of how much you believe in his vision and his direction, whether or not you want to go with that or not. But then again, everything's a vote, you know? He can demand anything he wants, but then it's up to the shareholders or the majority owners to really decide if it's going to be worth it or not. So I don't see that as being a scam. I mean, either you believe in his vision or you don't. I don't know who I'd trust to take Tesla to the next level.
Glad I could bring a little amusement to your day. Laughter is always a good thing.
Guy trying to open up a door of a Tesla when it's frozen, and he was scared to get his fingers cut
certainly
off
have
because
an
the automatic
impact on electric vehicles, affecting their
handle.
performance and battery range. It's important to consider the specific conditions and limitations of any vehicle, including
be
Tesla
much more
cars,
trustworthy
before
on like
making a
normalized
judgment.
climate, but like if you get stuck in traffic and your battery dies, damn. Alright, what are we looking at here? So it's another reattempt at the top here. We are going against a trend. This thing reversed, but it could not take the high here. But the 15-minute gives a different
While the potential of Tesla's AI feature has certainly contributed to its stock performance, it's important to consider the broader factors that influence stock prices. Elon Musk's statements and actions can have an impact, but the market is influenced by multiple variables beyond any single individual. Let's see how the situation unfolds and how the market reacts. If you're referring to the future of electric vehicles, it's an exciting and evolving industry.
Turn off Jupiter for a
As
second, 'cause I want to be able
technology
to respond
advances,
to this
electric cars will likely
running its
continue to
mouth
improve
on
their performance and adaptability to various weather conditions. It'll be intriguing to see how the future unfolds for electric vehicles.
Honestly, if I had a vision, I wouldn't want a bunch of people being able to derail it by having too many opinions on the table or different ways of doing things. If he has majority shares, at least he can realize a vision without the tape. I mean, you're free to sell now, it hasn't gone through, so if you were an owner and you didn't believe in it, then you could sell it out. But I don't... Is there anyone there at Tesla that has that same vision, or at least that you would believe in enough to hand over the CEO keys? Because I wouldn't want a bunch of people trying to go against the visionary. And would that really affect a retail owner of it? Because it would be the insiders selling their shares to Elon. It wouldn't be the retail owners doing that. But you're right, if he does leave, it would tank the stock price. So, I mean, it sounds like the most important thing in this equation is having the visionary at the helm, right? Honestly, he should be doing it under a different name anyway. It kind of confuses the purpose if you're having a car company do a little bit too much. He used to have a solar panel company that actually folded into Tesla because it wasn't profitable. I mean, I would still do it. I would still do the same... What he's asking for, I would still do it as well. I mean, I want to have control and being able to pivot on my vision. And if the stock price really is going to dump if he leaves, then he's obviously one of the most important parts of the equation. And him getting majority shares might actually propel the stock even more because he has less red tape to deal with in his own company. So you could look at it that way. So either it's better for shareholders if he leaves, or it's better if he stays and gets more control over it so he can move quickly. Because one of the things he does do is when he has an idea and he wants to do it, he does move quickly and he gets results. He doesn't dance around shit. Although he danced around wanting to fight Mark Zuckerberg. He never did that. Probably a good thing, because Mark Zuckerberg is an elite jiu-jitsu guy. I don't know if I see it the same way. He's definitely doing that against the board. And I suppose if he does leave, it'll be, I mean, why would you want him around if he was just going to be unhappy about staying around for not being able to do his stuff? I mean, it's still going to be the same thing. He's just not going to be there. So if it is important for him to be there, then he's not charging shareholders anything. It's a fight between the board. I mean, if he didn't get what he wanted, he would leave anyway. So if you're putting that much faith in him being around to keep up the share price, then obviously it's better for him to stay around. So I don't see this. It's not even something that's an issue for the person who has 100 shares of it, you know? That entire thing is a fight with the board, and it's kind of like somebody identifying with the plight of a company even though they have no real investment in it. I mean, the comments that you're making are something that I could see a majority shareholder do it, but if somebody's doing it as like an investment vehicle, the product, either you side with the product and you believe the product can move on well without him, or you don't, in which case, if you're seeing that he wants to leave, then you should exit out. The control over ownership, I mean, that's not even a problem for retail people. Because what we're really worried about is him leaving, which would tank the share price, right? Now, if you're talking about dilution, that means they're creating new shares for him to own, which wouldn't be dilution. What we're asking for here, he's asking for ownership of current shares, which means the majority shareholders would have to sell to him. That's not diluting. Dilution is if you're creating or removing. just simply changing holder ownership isn't dilution of the share price. They have to sell it to him. And it's usually not going to affect the retail side of things unless it was like a takeover externally. Well, if I gave you a gold bar, does it devalue the value of the bar itself, or did I just give it to you? It's entirely a thing that doesn't affect... I mean, it sounds like you have like a large investment in Tesla or something, but like to somebody who has it like in their 401k, it'd be more impactful if you left. You're not going to see that on a share price, having the insiders argue with each other over who controls majority ownership, unless they decide to dilute the shares by actually creating shares, meaning it devalues the stock price. But if it's insiders trading amongst each other, you're not going to see anything. But then again, I am a pretty big Elon Musk mark, so I may not be seeing that clearly. Honestly, is one of the main voices that take on, just is able to call out the amount of bullshit going on that no one's able to fix, like the border crisis, and how the World Economic Forum, you know, there's these rich people asking for climate change solutions while they're riding on their private jets. He's calling out that hypocrisy. In addition to being that visionary who was able to, you know, create all those companies, he just seems like, you know, a real-life Tony Stark to me. So I do respect him for that, but it's, you know, in terms of like the share stuff, I mean, I can definitely see him leaving having an effect on the price, but insiders arguing over ownership, you shouldn't see anything. Unless they create 12% new shares out of thin air just for him. I don't know what the specifics of the deal. Well, if you're that worried about him leaving, then it's probably a good thing that that deal goes through then. If you want what's best for the share price and you believe that him staying around is best for the share price, and you definitely are, you should be for the side of what he wants. I mean, he's a person that wants what he wants. I wouldn't want to stay in a situation if I was unhappy, and I wouldn't believe that I could get my vision of what AI should be for Tesla if I didn't have majority ownership, if I have to argue with a bunch of different people with different ideas there. So you should want this if you want to keep him around, if that is what's best for share price. Is it selfish? From his point of view, I guess it would be, but I would want, you know, I would want to be happy in the situation. I wouldn't see myself being happy trying to fight every step of the way through of my own board members. It's like, don't have opinions and just keep doing what you're doing. I just want Tesla to keep its price until I can retire, and that's not my problem anymore. But ultimately, none of us have enough exposure to the thing for it to matter. It's not like an issue that you and I should be caring about. Anyway, we're only up 223 bucks today. There was no good setup. The only thing we could do today was scalps, and I want to stay out of that scalping business. Got a little bit in Marvel, and got a nice short in Amot before it bounced. And going against a trend is difficult, but it already had gapped up so high that I was looking for some type of pullback. We got the little bit of pullback, but it's always tricky because when they grind it down, they give you like these fake outs of it reversing, especially like right here until we waited for that bar to get taken out. And it gets even more tricky on the 1 minute. It's really hard to play that because you have like these same size bars that threaten a reversal every time that it's just hard to hold on to. And I couldn't employ that strategy that I use normally, so today's just a shitty day, and I don't want to be in this any more than what we've had today. Oops. Get up there. There you are. I just don't see anything else we can do here. Maybe we're short on Amazon. What does it look like on the 1 minute? Looks like a top to me. Didn't wait for it to close, though. So we've tested that rough area twice. And made that one more new high. See if we can get it down here. Okay, we got one. God, I hate scalping. Fucking worst thing in the world. Man, it's already pulling back. This shit is shitty. But you'd expect some type of bounce around that moving average, but the way that the levels are working out, seems like it could roll over here. Okay, making another attempt. Let's see if it breaks the low here or not. See if it respects his bar or not. Damn. See where it closes here. Ten seconds. Need to have a break here. It's gonna be a problem if it can't break this low. Gonna have to be happy with table scraps today. Come on. 8 seconds left. How's this thing gonna close? Is it gonna game that? Or is it gonna roll over? That previous candle leads me to believe it's gonna be gamed, but they play games on this small time frame. Let me look at 15 minutes, see what's going on. 15 minutes still looks like a possible pullback. Let me look at the 5 minute. 5 minute looks like a possible pullback, but this bar is gnarly. Alright. Okay. Okay, got a reversal takeout here. It's gonna be a strong one. Is he still at the airport hotel?
I understand how it feels when you want someone to stay longer, especially if you have a strong connection with them. Cherish the time you had together, and perhaps you can plan for more visits in the future. Long-distance relationships can be challenging, but with communication and effort, they can be maintained.
How often does he stop around here, like in his regular route? Alright, follow through here. Get some
Central
follow
Park
through.
can be a beautiful and iconic destination to visit. Enjoy the stroll, take in the scenery, and create some wonderful memories together.
Oh, that'd
Just
be nice.
make sure to bundle up,
That's a nice
as
walk.
it can get
I always
chilly
wanted
in
to
New
visit
York
that.
this time of year. Have a great time in Central Park. I apologize for the misunderstanding. Planned trips can be even more special, as they allow for
Alright,
ample
this is
time
not
to
getting
explore
taken
and
out.
enjoy the destination. I hope you both have a fantastic time in
Shit.
Brooklyn and Central Park.
Fuck.
Make the most of every moment together. That's interesting to hear. Sometimes, certain flights or destinations are less frequent or rare in one's career. It can make the experience even more memorable
only signed
and
once.
unique.
That sucks.
I hope your boyfriend enjoys his time in New York City and makes the most of his stay.
Alright, shut the fuck up, cat. Well, it'll be interesting to... see how to keep the things going when it's distance like that. Though you two seem to hit it off in person pretty well. Okay, making a reattempt at a short entry. It has to break down through here, but we're looking at it possibly doing so. Now I'd want to see it stay below this candle. If it doesn't, then I'm flattening out, taking a small loss. If I look at it on the 15-minute, it still is really strong. So we need this broken. On the bear side, we got two tops. On the long side, we're right at a support, at least 1 minute possible bounce area, and we haven't taken out the previous 15-minute candle. So it looks like we could channel in here until it breaks up one way or another. Want it to break this low. I don't want to take it. I don't want this to get taken out. The market overall still grinding up higher. Well, he probably appreciates it when you text him during those long flights, because that can get lonely. Alright. We attempted to hit this again. There's resistance. Resistance again. Still in this channel period, so we haven't rolled over yet. We're below the trend line, so it is weakening, but let's see how long it takes for this thing to make up its mind. Yeah, it's a strong bar. Get ready to flatten. So it looks like we could have played this the same way we do other things where we look for the 15-minute breakout, but it has to be a much faster reaction. So yeah, the first 15-minute bar, you had a break below, stop would be up here, and it's still a lot more dangerous because you're going against a trend. I don't know if there's any good way of doing this. At least to adapt it to what I'm trying to do here now. Still pressing up here, still in this channel. Looks like it's gonna break up higher. You're making higher lows. You have a positive trend. Obviously, it's more in favor of the bulls at this point. But we did make 2 tops here, and we tried twice, so... There's enough of I would have liked to see follow through here. That didn't happen. Still riding that trend line. So trend line and the price action kind of favoring, at least the short-term price action favoring bullish. But it's lost a level here. It made a high, it reattempted to get to the high, it couldn't. So you got 2 competing narratives here. I'm already in a short position, so I'm gonna do it until I get kicked out, but it looks like, favoring bulls here. Unless we get one big surprise sell. We're at the last volume area before we get into that lull time. Okay, starting to see weakness on the moving average. Still haven't broken above here. Just waiting to see if... There we go. Now it broke above. Alright, well that's a stop out. Haven't made shit today. We're at 160. Now, was that a stop hunt? Fuck. My life as a scalper. See, when you look at these things at such a low time frame, you just get fucking tricked out. So you tried 3 times. Well, we haven't closed this candle yet, so we have to see. Man, still stuck in this bullshit channel. Come on, man. Fuck. Ugh. Come on, bitch, break through. Nasty shit. Oh, scalping's so fun. Fucking love fucking stocks. Oh, hi, Leaf. Sorry, I get distracted. So this is, Thinkorswim under the broker TD Ameritrade. So this is an app. They do have a web interface, but it doesn't do much. And you're not... good to see ya. It's not one of my better days, but, trying to make it work. We're only up, like, 178 today. I'm waiting for this thing to break down. If it does break down, it's still stuck in this channel. Hasn't gained a level here, and it reattempted this a few times, so I'm still stalking this thing to roll over. Not making new lows, though. Just sweep at the top, sweep on the bottom. 15-minute looks strong for the bulls. Still, they couldn't close and hold below. The trend is weakening. Even though we're still favoring bullish. So $25,000 allows you to day trade, but if you have a smaller amount, then you can do swing trading. And sorry, I'm gonna have to get stopped out here. I'll try reading your questions, but give me a second. I'm currently losing right now on this trade. I'm waiting to see if it breaks above or not. It's still playing within this channel. Waiting for a firm breakdown. But 25,000 allows you to do day trading, so multiple entries and exits on the same day. There we go. There's a freaking breakout. Okay, now let's see if it breaks below the channel. All right, let's get this out. We gotta get out of this channel here. It's tricky on a lower time frame. I hate playing it like this, but we didn't have anything good to look at today. Okay, break down. Break out below. There we go. Alright, okay, okay. Okay, so we're back at 215. We've been trading for an hour and 30 minutes. This is a really weak day. Yesterday was a much better... had much better opportunities. Okay, now we want some continuation here. We've broken the low of that channel, but we don't want to stay in it too long. Damn, this thing swings back and forth, holy smokes. Yeah, we didn't close below. Shoot. Well, if we lose this one, it won't be too bad. has a hell of a void. There is a gap to fill here. Could come back down into this area. If you want to look at it that way, there's... I almost wish I knew a little bit less than I do, because now I just see stuff in areas I don't need to see things in. But I'm looking for it to re-enter the bottom gray area, because there was a gap between these two 15-minute candles. So we like to see price kind of trend in between here before it continues on its trend. But overall, the bulls are winning today. They had a nice gap up. So we're gonna see if our narrative is right or not. Right now we're losing, we're down 30 in this overall. So we have wins in a couple of things today. Yeah, that's gonna take that out. We have a win in AMOT and Marvel, but we're looking for Amazon to do its thing. Ah, broke above again. Alright, we're gonna have to take a loss here. It didn't... Yeah, now it's gonna gain this. Let's see. Yeah, but one more second here. So this is a reattempt to gain the level that it lost. Tail bar. Still got some stops there. Let's see how this thing closes. But we couldn't break through that channel. We had a good opportunity here. It didn't continue, though. I would have expected it to go down a little bit more into this area. And it still might. Something to monitor. Couldn't close above. We'll give it another opportunity here. 15-minute chart is definitely looking more bullish, or at least it's held on its own. So we're running out of time. Before volume starts dropping off. And then they can play with the stock a lot easier. The market makers. Alright, well, it held the top of this channel. I'm just getting ready to flatten once it gains that area. This should be it. Still grinding up against it. Should grab it this time. Alright. Alright, well, I don't know what to tell you. Today's gonna be a pretty weak day. So we're at 150 bucks now. And it didn't gain it again. It still did another sweep. Jeez. Tricky. So I took a number of different courses. I learned from pretty much every name that you've heard on YouTube. I read a couple of books, but the main training is you doing this real time. So you can try to apply that knowledge, and then it's trying to work up muscle memory to do the same thing over and over again. So I couldn't hold it again. What the heck? Do I want to try again? It keeps suckering me in. I don't have enough, Yeah, I shouldn't do it. It's a long now. But basically, you have to find a strategy that works for you, because even though one person might train you on their strategy, or you might learn that, it may not work for you depending on what your... how you act psychologically and what you're prepared for. So you kind of have to see what kind of jives with you and then try it out. And I've tried a lot of different things for a few years now, and I've kind of narrowed it down to one particular style that I've been using this month, but I didn't have any clear setups for it today, so now I've been scalping so I can at least make something, but looks like a pretty dead day for me. Oh, so knowing it's long, do we want to try going for a long for the high here? Damn. Or do we want to look at something else? I can see the NQ breaking up above that resistance level we had a while back. Remains to be seen if it holds it or not. The AMOT made a new high. Now, Marvel, interesting. It did have a really strong day yesterday, but we could have held this short longer. Man, it really attempted that again. That's a stressful situation. So made a high, got rejected, made a new high, got really close. So your stop, if it was right here, was you were sweating. Unfortunately, I don't see anything else, so we're taking risks on small potatoes if we continue playing today. Suppose we could have some alerts if it breaks below this. Now, well, you're going to learn a bunch of different things from a number of different places, and you're going to just have to see if that's something that you can apply to, because you need to be able to do this relatively fast. So some of the complicated, I mean, it depends if you want to do day trading or swing trading, because if you're day trading, a lot of the more complicated things are difficult to keep in mind as you're making live executions on, you know, these really small candles. So you're going to read a lot of different things, see a lot of different techniques, and you're just going to have to see which one you can replicate over and over and over again. Nothing will work out 100% of the time. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to find an edge where you can win more than half the time, and then just win through attrition. Other than that, that's really what you're doing. I don't personally use Elliott Wave, but there are certain areas of technical analysis that I'll use. But I don't use, like, you know, I don't look at wedges or pennants or, you know, head and shoulders or things like that. I take a look at price levels, and I see where the resistance points are, and then I look to see if it gains or loses what we call price levels. That's if I'm scalping. If I'm trying to do what I do normally, well, you'll have to take a look at it. Like, the VOD from yesterday is a really good example of what I would look for like a perfect entry. But today, there's been nothing that... Yes! Good morning! Today, there's been nothing that I can really, go for a long-term hold. Yes, I currently, stream on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time, so if you see me talking to myself, it's actually because I'm talking to a different channel. Today is not a great day, though. We only have 150 bucks. I was hoping for 300 in situations like today, but it doesn't look like we're gonna get it, and the more we keep playing this stuff, we're just gonna keep grinding our profits out. Yeah. I've gone crazy. We never thought that would happen. How's life, Cass? Okay, Amazon again, it's still trying to hold this gain at this level. It looks really bullish right now on the 15 minutes. But if you take a look at it on a smaller time frame, it's still having a hard time holding that price level. It needs to stay up and gain above where it reattempted and failed to have a move to the next level up. And today's a little bit difficult because we had a gap up. So between yesterday's close and today's open, we had a bunch of pre-market activity that caused the price to jump. And it kind of throws away the calculations a little bit, because you can either get a gap and crap where it gaps up and then just completely sells off the rest of the day, or you have a gap, pullback, and continuation, or you have a gap and then just move forward, not even a pullback. So usually when I see a gap like this, I try to bet against it, at least for short-term wins, that was what worked out on AMOT. And I waited for the first candle here, and I did some quick scalps, so between here and here. But anytime you're going against a grain, even if it's from a gap up, you're gonna have to make your exits quick, because this is not a winning, long-term winning thing. Do. Oh, Cass, I wanted to show you something. Because you're a tabletop person. And I thought you might appreciate this. Let me try to find the... Let me see here. Give me 1 second. Can I even... Let's see if this works. Oh, you go to the Renaissance fairs? I haven't done that yet. Let me see if this works. I want to show you something. So a while back, I did a Kickstarter for these electronic tabletop dice, and they're finally starting to get their manufacturing together on them. Have you seen this before? Come on, are you playing or what? Did that not work? Oh man, you're gonna love this. Holy smokes. Let me see if it can actually work though. Hold on. The video didn't play. So these dice have electronic components to them, so not only do they flash light that you can change with an app, they also feed the value that they land on to the computer. So if you're doing like a D&D online or something like that, when you're rolling dice, it sends the value of the dice so that everyone can see it on the screen, so if you're playing remotely. But I'm trying to get the video to play. Yeah, maybe this will work. recharge station. Nice little kit. And this thing sends picks up a signal, sends it to your computer. So it pick up what the dice landed on. See that? And it feeds the values so if you're doing the attacks and stuff. So if you have some friends on the remote and you want to play Pathfinder, you can. And just set up like a Discord call. And everyone gets to see the values of their roll. Pretty sweet, huh? I was it's been a few years, but I was one of the original funders of that project, and now they're starting to wrap up on the manufacturing of it, so I'll get my order soon. So we'll see how that goes. I don't really get to play tabletop and stuff like that, but I do like the dice. Like, I'll use it for Magic the Gathering or something, because I do play that occasionally. But that's so cool that, you know, being able to change the colors, sending the data over, that's just neat. Anyway, what was I doing in stocks? Yeah, this was I didn't do it. This is just not a good day. Oh. It's already gapped up, so I don't know how much of a continuation we're gonna get. And it kind of throws off my expectations for tomorrow then, too, because I have to account for that gap. So there still might be some retracement before continuing in the direction that it's already gapped up to. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot to go over. Yesterday is a much better example of what I'm looking for, but today I think I'm gonna wrap up and make it a short stream, but I'll answer any questions. I'm gonna kind of monitor things for a few minutes, but if anybody does anything, I'll converse, but I think I'm done trading, otherwise I'm just gonna give back the meager gains that I had. We were up 210, and I was trying to go for 300, but got a reversal on me. And then tomorrow, we'll do a longer stream because the game Pal World will be available for the general audience. There's a few people that had keys, I didn't get one, but it's essentially Pokemon with guns, and I've tried not to spoil it for myself, so I haven't watched any of the streams with it. But adult Pokemon sounds interesting. I mean, not in the way that you... adult Pokemon. Reminds me of that video where the guy's trying to choose his companion, and it's all these hybrid ladies. So, adult as in violence and guns, not the, yeah. Alright, 5-minute top in Amot. What's a 1 minute look like? I want to try this again. Still got 1 more minute for closure. So this looks like something you could have a stop up here, but that's quite a bit of a stop. This is almost 40 cents? Man, moved it a little bit. This is a pretty significant top. Let's take a look at it on the 1 minute, see how far back it, how much it tries to retrace here. Doot. I wonder if that top will hold. Another Amazon top. This time it actually did gain a level, so I wouldn't want to bet against it now. It broke above, and then it retested that area. See how it went? The wick touched the top of this wick. So it gained that area, so I wouldn't want to bet against it now. Unless we have like a general rollover of everything. But there's also an argument that it could be making a higher high before a rollover. I mean, there's always that, but it could have done that anywhere. It's already made this high, it made this high, and it made yet another high. There's always a risk. This is not an easy day for me to decipher. Other than it's all going up. But I don't trust it to continue. I mean, after a massive gap up like that, I just don't feel comfortable continuing upward trend. It's another psychological thing that I never got over. Okay, well, Amazon rolled. Yeah, Marvel was a nice short. Now, if Amazon takes out this candle here, maybe, because that's going to take a lot of effort to break it, that might be a rollover situation, and then we could probably target that gap that I highlighted before. I'm curious what Nvidia and Microsoft are doing here. Man, even another gap for Nvidia, that is insane. This is really crazy. This one you think it couldn't get high enough. Let's see Microsoft, because that was at all-time highs too. We're getting close to it. Alright, so 394, it's well on its way of trying to break that again. God, I just... We've got some signs of a recession coming, and we're pressing up to new highs against that, those underlying conditions. So it's just kind of a really weird brain screw when you see this thing kind of defy logic. Oh. Yeah, so nothing much going on here. I guess we could take a look at those dice again, just show the different colors that you can buy with the acrylic that's around it. They got Onyx Black, Hematite Gray, Midnight Galaxy, that's the kind that I got, and then Aurora Sky, but all of them look really cool. If I had more sets, yeah, I wouldn't mind some of the other colors. Or you could have a mix, too. You can order a mix, but I decided to get an entire set. That's a matching set. Or resin, that was what I was looking for. I used the wrong word. Man, these look so cool, man.
Get it. Yeah.
And these are a little bit heavier than normal dice, because the electronic components. But apparently the balance is pretty good on them. So it remains to be seen how they feel like when they're held. Bluetooth connection. Recharge stations. Discussing potential integration with Fantasy Grounds. I'm not sure what that is. Oh Oh yeah, it's also open source. You could do all kinds of cool things with them too. So that support, if the community grows, should be some interesting applications for them. So what do we got here? We have a high that couldn't make it. We do have a clearing bar. Let's see what happens here. Let's try for a little bit more. Honestly, I haven't made much today. So I'm willing to take another risk here. I do want to see it close below here. I said I was gonna be done, but I'm not. Alright. What are we at now? 166. What's the 1 minute look like? Alright. 177 is what we're at today. Amazon hit a... hit my target. Now the question is there a bounce point? How far is it going to retrace here? We'd want to target it somewhere down here, but I suppose it could also re-enter in this chop zone. Alright, stop is going to be above this candle here. Let's see how far it goes. So we had a retest here. Put the alert on here. Let me take a little bit off. So that's 20 bucks. Get some follow through here, please. Ah, crap. Didn't close. There we go. There we go. That's what we wanted. This is a much better position now. Need some follow through here, buddy. There should be. Man, they can really give you a heart attack on these low levels. So the dice are called... let me just paste the Kickstarter link. They do have an official website now, but they don't have them for general sale yet. But soon, like in a couple of months, they will ship out the original set that the backers bought, and then have that available for everyone. But that's really interesting. Alright, come on, let's go. Oh man, need a break of the low here. Shit, you're retesting it again? I mean, I suppose there was some support here. A little bit awkward. Shit. Man, this is a killer here. This is why I don't want to scalp anymore, man. Just getting worried about minor fluctuations. So you retested it again, you took out possible stops. Didn't get quite high enough to scare me out, but it was in this general range that you would have wanted to have your stop at. Come on, baby, give me some follow-through. What I'm really looking forward to is just getting this to break even, and then I think we're done for the day, because I can't... I'm not gonna be successful hanging out in this any longer. There we go, get some flow. There we go. Okay, let's see if we can get that last 20 bucks. I doubt it, but we'll put a stop above this candle and let the thing ride from here. But yeah, like those dice, I've been waiting for that for a couple of years. Usually with those Kickstarters, man, you wait forever and either get nothing, or maybe you're one of the few projects that actually meets expectations. Another one I did was, I'm trying to find the game. I got my stop hit. The guy who did Castlevania, he did his own indie game that's Castlevania-esque shit. Fuck! And I backed that one. That took a long time for it to pan out. Well, we improved our position a little bit. We're at 180, but this is another reversal here. But man, that is a lot of resistance to get through. Damn it. Well, I'd like to get 20 more dollars. Let's call it good at 20 more bucks, shall we? So this is gonna retrace a little bit. Looks like I already did. Ideally, I would have shorted here. Could be good for 20 bucks from here, right? Ah. A little bit further than I'd like. Marvel continues its ascent. Amazon, maybe. So I had a fierce drop-off here. Let's see if this was another attempt. Now, I guess that was a pretty stupid trade. Looks like I held. It needs to break this candle here. Now it's on the upper end of that channel. How far up is this thing gonna push? They'll have this here. Got deer in headlights syndrome. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I really bounced. Son of a fuck. Oy vey. That's a nice reversal on their behalf. Reattempted. Okay, let's try this one last time. And then I'm done, and I'm gonna sign off here. Okay, multiple attempts here. Still would like to see it all the way down here, but things don't always have to work out. Yeah, if it gets this last... If it gains this last level, I'm done. And just gonna take home whatever I have left. Today there was no real entries. God damn it. See if it closes here. Looks like it wants to. Man, look how fast that shit works. Okay, you're actually reversing, or what are you doing now? Shit, didn't close below here. Yeah, we're fucked, and I'm just, sitting here for the inevitable. I want to get taken out. Went right up to my limit order and said, nope. Come on, man. Show me you care. Show me you love me. Get it. Come on, buddy. Ah. Having breathing problems today. Okay, again, we're fucked. Lots of back and forth here. We're both fucked and not fucked at the same time, kind of like that cat in the box, the Schrodinger's cat. Alright. Give me some continuation here. This should do it. And then the problem is... It's a 15-minute. Here's the... Okay. So we're looking for something closer to the bottom of that area here. And then we're gonna have to see if it actually can get to this gap on the 15-minute. But I'm feeling better about myself now. Kinda. Yeesh. Stay in school, kids. Don't do this. Damn. Alright, what are we at now? Yikes. The fucking thing wouldn't die. So now you're sandwiched between two different levels. You had one here, it looks like you bounced off of, but then you have this one that you've tried multiple times, so you're still sandwiched. You haven't lost this one, and you haven't gained this one, so this is just this giant channel here. So you did gain this already previously, but you haven't... You have to hold it. And you haven't gained this one. So different ways of looking at it. Glass half full or half empty. The bull trend has been broken on the 1 minute and 5 minute. 5 minute has to pull back a little bit more. 15 minutes strong, but you're looking for some type of gap fill here eventually. I'm actually gonna color this in yellow. Ugh, not yellow. Maybe not yellow. There. Ugh, God. Don't color it in anything. Maybe I'll just make it transparent. That's better. So I'll keep an eye on that to see if it ever did fill it for tomorrow. What a day, man. Still above the moving average, but the trend line isn't holding it anymore on the 1 minute. And then the 5 minute we're worried about down here. The springboard. Let me mark that out just so we have an idea of where it is. Okay. So we got a bit worried. About what happens if it hits here. Alright. So you're right where the 20-period moving average on the 5 minute is. Are you going to keep going lower? Now we have a definite strong position here. I'd like to be able to even this thing out to break even. Let's see. Are we worried about the moving average, or are we worried about the gap? Where is it going to hit the target here? Okay, so there is a reaction off the 20-period moving average like we expected. You got that here. Could still grind to this gap here. I'd like to see that happen. Okay, essentially what are we waiting for? I guess an invalidation on the 1 minute, so if it gains above this orange line, I'll be out. So it looks like we're having a bit of follow-through here. Just want to nurse this on its way down. Take some little nibbles of this. So now we're in the gap. So we marked this gap out a while ago. Now it doesn't have to go all the way through it. I was just anticipating some type of sweep. So we could still be... This still could be the end of it. Let's see how much lower it gets. So we are on the 1 minute. Like to see one more low and then a reversal. That's gonna be a tough one for this thing to break. It's gonna go lower, one more bar, and then reverse. Looking to break even, man. 20 bucks away. Come on, man. Carly's break even in Amazon. We're up 200 something. We'll do a recap in a minute. All through. Break the low. Break the low. Break the low. Come on, baby. Didn't break the low. Woman, you don't listen to me. Come on, buddy. I just keep making up characters in my head. I switch between yelling at the stock and calling it a chick or a dude. But thus is trading. You lose your mind. Alright, let's get a little bit lower here. This should do it, man. Just wipe me out down here. 8. Take it. Take it. Next. Last one. I might have to do one more trade in it on a possible bounce somewhere. Alright, this might be it. See how this thing closes. But at least we can just play with some peanuts now. We don't have to worry about any large size. Alright, this thing is switching up, isn't it? Alright. That was quite the bounce. Let's see what happens when it pulls back. Okay, let's see if it goes up. Up, one more, please. Come on, dude, you're right there. One more up. I want uppies. Uppies. One more. You're right there, dude. Alright. God. I don't think that was worth the time investment. So what are we at now? Alright, that's about as good as it gets. We're at 247.61. Today we're just scalping for peanuts because we don't have any setups that worked out. So what happened was we got a good short in EMOT. Obviously it's been back and forth. This was really hard. We did get a nice breakout that allowed us to get that 175. Marvel, there was a nice short opportunity here. We didn't get it on this one, but we got it on this one right here where it hit the new high. Missed all of that. That's a really nice pullback. Didn't foresee that happening. And then we got 66 cents in Amazon. We could play it for another $3 and have a nice 250. Maybe I want to do that. But we'd have to call it good on if I happen to lose or not. See if I can get $3. Either we gain $3 or we lose $10. How's that? That's a stupid... That's a really stupid risk to reward. Oh, did we get it? Oh man, it happened so fast, I haven't seen that error message before. There we go, 250.47, we're done. Ah! Jesus Christ. That's what happens when you're a scalper, man. 1 step forward, 1.5 steps back, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, 4 steps forward. I think we're done. I don't want to play this game anymore. I don't like this game. I don't like this game anymore. So $250. That's could do anything else with your life. Oh my god. I need to call up McDonald's, see if I got a shift open. Got to use the rest of my time in. Because right now it's just going to go back and forth. That's not going to have much of a direction. So, let's see if there's anyone online. Man, all the small people are gone. Hey Cass, if you're still online, do you have a recommendation of who I can send people to? Could be anybody. Otherwise, I guess I just send to a big person. Okay, I guess it's, my choice. What do I want? Let me look up VTuber and see if there's anybody who's, like, tiny. Because I can't raid myself. Infinite viewers. Let's see, League of Legends, Super Mario Sunshine, Disney Twisted Wonderland. There's a dude doing ASMR. Grand Theft Auto. Chuko, haven't heard of Chuko. Alright, let's, God, I forgot how many fucking VTubers there are. There's no real people online anymore. Your retirement? What happened to your Oh, Amazon? Where is Amazon now in terms of the overall picture? It's still in a really good spot. Actually, no. Let's see here. So we broke through this previous high resistance here. We do have another one here that is kind of grinding towards. Oh, the market just hit its head on the resistance point again. Man, this thing has been playing with that shit for a while. If we take a look at the daily, we've marked out this area here. Now, I thought this thing was going to roll over down here, but it broke up and higher again. We had a rejection here, we had a break above, rejection, struggled to move on, hit the head on the ceiling, hit the head on the ceiling, hit the head. So we're doing it again, so something's gonna break. We're just waiting for that, you're just waiting for that break to happen. Break to the downside, most likely. At least I keep telling myself that, and it finds a new way of finding more buyers. Man, Marvel was... How should we have played this differently? I don't see a different way of doing that. This fucking thing, look at that reversal, man. Now just eating through that entire tail, so... Ah, man. You could be right about something, but you don't know when it's gonna happen, and then you're still fucking wrong. Alright, I'm gonna call it good. I don't want to play any games. I don't want to trade stocks anymore, because we really struggled to get that $250. Because we didn't have any setups today. Tacos. It's raining tacos. Don't need to ask why. Just open your mouth and close your eyes. That's what I told her. I'm looking for someone to raid. I think I found somebody. Actually, let me refresh. They got more people, so... Let's see here. Fallen Amaterasu. Okay, we'll take the very bottom person on this list. How's that? Doesn't add. Oh, they're on away message or something. All right, what's about this? Oh, this is in Spanish. Okay, preferably English dude or a dudette. You got somebody drawing without a mic. This one's playing Genshin Impact. Warframe. Overwatch 2. Man, I never played 2. I really liked the first one and then never followed up with it. I'm just laughing because this guy is streaming software development, and his getting started soon screen as a chick with the zonkers. Because nothing says software development like a well-endowed lady. Alright, I think I'm gonna raid the Overwatch person because I haven't played it for a while. Alright, so we're cutting up the day a little bit short. 250 today, no entries. We had a gap up. There was an unemployment claim report, I think, this morning. I didn't read it, but, if things bounce, then it must have not been that bad. Alright, let me send you over. Give me a second. Don't you fucking leave! I really need to make this a lot quicker. No, don't leave, damn it. My cred, it's leaving. Oh, I didn't even change my fucking category. Duh, fucking dumbass. Why am I still on a... Oh, crap. Okay, well... Yeah, I can see why nobody from the stock place followed me. Alright, anyway, we're raiding. I'm being helpful. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. I wish I had more money, but that's all we get. See ya.